Men love to go on tangents about natural selection and survival of the fittest, but really can't handle it when it comes down to the male loneliness epidemic. Not all men are experiencing that, by the way. The men that are being selected are not complaining. They're thriving in this because it's survival. Do you think girls want the fittest? And no, we want the smart guy. We want the wholesome dad vibe. We want the guy that can cook and clean just like we can. You'll love natural selection until you're not selected.
If she does this, you're friend zoned. You guys ask me all the time how to know when you're in the friend zone, so don't shoot the messenger here. She shares everything with you. If she's so comfortable with you to the point where you know when it's her time of the month and which of her coworkers she absolutely can't stand, I'm so sorry, my guy, but you're in the friend zone. Because when a girl likes a guy, she is not letting him see those sides of her until they're dating. When you compliment her, she says, "You're sweet." It sounds like a compliment, and usually she does mean it, but if she's saying this to you when you give her a compliment, you're in the, "Aw, he's so sweet, but I would never date him" category. She tries to set you up. If she says things like, "You two would be so cute together," girls only do this when they have zero romantic feelings for you. And lastly, she talks about her ex. Girls know that guys don't like this, so they're definitely not doing it with anybody that they want a serious chance with. If you're getting any of these signs, it's time to reevaluate if this is a good option.
And at some point in time, modern women have to understand that, you told a man that you don't want a man talking to you. So when a man goes and, is it a wrong thing for a man to go and do something else with his time besides being in somebody else's face? Because that's what modern women want. They want you to be in their face. They don't necessarily want anything with you because you're not Chad or Tyrone. They just want some attention and validation.
This is actually something so frustrating to men because they hold themselves back from approaching women since they've been told time and time again that women don't want to be approached. But then here's these women wondering why men aren't approaching them while they're looking like they are having the worst time ever. Which is so frustrating because it feels like a game and meeting new people is tough enough. Especially when you don't want this to be the thing that's eliminating potentially good partners. I mean, there's already enough crazies out there, which is why I always recommend to men to do a public data check on a trusted website like publicdatacheck.com before pursuing the woman that you're interested in, because it can save you from wasting a lot of your time and effort.
Women's standards today are completely unrealistic. Their list of what they want in a guy is too long. This is why you hear women saying, "I can't find any good men. There are no good men out there." There are plenty of good men out there. They exist. They are in this world, they always have been, but you'll never find them if the list is too long. The data doesn't lie. There are more single women now than ever, and it is not like men have completely changed. In fact, I would argue that men are doing better than ever. It's so much easier for a man today to be successful. He has access to information in the internet to become a better guy. Men are leveling up everywhere, but if the list is too long, you'll never find that guy.
A lot of these modern women are upset that men aren't really asking them out anymore. It seems like, when I was in my 20s or my early 30s, men seem to be asking me out. They seem to be more interested. What's going on? And even in your mid 20s, right? You might not have as many men or the men that you want asking you out. Well, if you don't have the men asking you out that you want, that might have to do with how you present yourself. Number one. Number two, if you have men asking you out, but not as frequently, then, that might just be them. But it also might be that, a lot of these men feel like maybe the juice isn't worth the squeeze. I got to sit up here and I got to, honestly, I got to tap dance. I got to perform. What are we doing here? Do you like me or not?
Baby, I promise y'all, I just left a lounge where wasn't nobody in there but single black women dancing by themselves. It got so bad, I saw one woman go get the cook a man to go and dance two-step with her. Let me tell y'all something, ladies, specifically black women, because that's my community, right? Y'all, man, not only are y'all going against the design of God, but because you're going against the design of God, baby, you looking desperate. You're thirsty for water, and God is telling you to go to the land of milk and honey where you forgive, heal, and love men again, but you're being hard-headed. Y'all can have that with y'all single behind. I'm going to the next spot. I'm going to the next spot.
3 songs to play when you are no longer a simp ass. Now, a lot of y'all won't be able to relate to this, but the ones that do, just know that y'all got it. But here are 3 songs that can help you achieve that on bro, alright? First song, though, is Eye for an Eye by Boston Richie. Now, just like his keep reiterating the song, bro, this is all about peace. I always remember that peace can be a basis of and greatness. Hold peace close to your heart, not no sorry ass hoe on my grandma. Alright. Second song though is Little Old Me by that Lucky. Now you playing this, bro, you gotta understand that you need to just tap back in and lock back in with yourself. Playing this motherfucker right here, bro, gonna have you doing all the right you need to in order to upgrade yourself. Always know that you're not supposed to change for a motherfucker. Just make sure that you upgrade on my grandma. Alright. Once everything starts to go your way, shining, and motherfuckers start to come back, cause trust me, they will. Then your ass want to play I Don't Want to Hear It by Boss Man D-Lo. Now this song does a good job at summarizing everything that I was saying. You play this when everything is going your way and motherfuckers is starting to like come back around and do weird fluky. Cause it will happen, bro. Trust me. I've seen it on bro. Alright. But yeah, man. Hopefully y'all like get all that simp out your system. Get y'all bitch ass off my phone.
And, you know, modern women, a lot of them thrive on what's out there. I'm doing it for the plot. What's next? But, you know, unless there's a little bit more uncertainty, especially in dating, men don't really thrive off of that same thing. And so, you know, when you run into the same thing over and over again and it gets expensive, then for a lot of men, that curiosity stops. I'm not really curious anymore about it because I already know what's going to happen. I already know what's going to happen. So I'm not really curious anymore. I'm more so tired. I'm more so frustrated. I'm more so upset. I'm no longer excited at the potential to meet somebody because for, you know, going out with these modern women, it ends poorly. So I'm at that point in time, a lot of men just check out. They just go their separate ways. I'm just going to keep on doing my thing. Don't worry about me.
That's why men are walking away from women. Not out of spite.
No, but we're just trying to get our lunch. Like, we don't. I'm not talking to you. But you can.
That's why men are walking away from women. Not out of spite, out of self-preservation.
Oh my God! Amy, please call the cops, please! Amy, please!
Because the state of modern women today means the juice is no longer worth the squeeze.
Hey, you want me to take a picture of you?
No, thanks.
Hey, I was actually just wanted to ask you, like, how to get your number.
I'm not interested. But I hope you have
sure?
a
Like, I think
no,
you're really cute.
I'm really not interested.
But I think
You don't accept my no. No means no. I'm a feminist.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a good name.
That's why men are walking away from women.
I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Just shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow.
I wouldn't say that men sucked if I didn't experience that in the past.
If we take your position to its logical conclusion, somebody who is like severely racist can say, because I had bad experience with this racial group, I can be racist. What you're telling me now is you've had bad experiences with men. That doesn't give you justification to map that on to an entire race, or in this case, to an entire gender.
I don't know. I feel like it makes sense to apply that to the rest of your life or to the rest of the population.
You're going to have to be consistent, though. If a white person can tell you, I've had 65% of this racial group, I've had bad experience with them. Based on your metric, you're going to have to say your racism is fine. Where you and me differ is I would say that's wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it's correct to like be a white person and say I've had like 65% horrible experience with this discriminated race, and then
why
be
is it okay
racist
for
because of
women
it.
then to do it?
And what you're seeing from a lot of these guys is they're more selective in the time that they give to people. Their family, friends, all of that's golden, because those are people usually that have invested in them, that have shown them love, that have been with them, that have, ride or die. That's my boy. Hey, I got a homegirl. You know what I mean? Those are the people that have shown them love, that have talked to them, that have counseled with them, that have supported them. Those are the type of people that have their back. They are there, loud, every time you need them. Hey man, I'm here to support you. Not only with my resources, money, finances, you got my voice too. You need me to speak up for you on your behalf. You need some of these brothers out there. They'll get out there and rumble with you, man. I ain't condoning nothing now. I ain't condoning. I'm just saying they get out there and rumble with you a little bit. Okay, so they'll do that. But for modern women, you don't get those same perks because you don't say, first of all, you don't reciprocate. Second of all, you don't show that same type of loyalty back. I'm not going to get anything back from you. So you're not going to get those perks from me at all.
The society we're creating right now, more and more men don't want to get married. And I get why. There is almost zero upside for men getting married. This isn't me saying that men shouldn't get married, or women, but think about what society is telling men about what being a man is. How about society is fucking men hardcore for getting married. If you get married and you get divorced, a woman takes 50% of whatever you have. 80% of relationships, the man is the biggest provider. So that's a big fuck right off the bat. What are you getting in exchange for that? Second, if you have kids with her, you're fucked, because the government doesn't think that you deserve shit. So even good dads who try to stay in the kid's life are fucked. So there's a lot of men going, why the fuck would I do this? The good news is that will correct itself, because eventually then people start going, oh, right? When you create mistakes, you only create more error. Error creates more error. So we've gone so far the other direction that more and more men are going like, why the fuck would I get married?
Today we're playing Matchmaker with
Mark.
Are you single?
I am.
How old are you?
43.
Tell me about the type of relationship dynamic you'd be interested in getting into.
With someone who's kind, high energy, funny, got their own stuff going on.
Are you interested in having children somewhere down the line? Do you already have children?
I don't have any children, and yeah, I'm interested, yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a partner in a healthcare consultancy.
What do you like to do for fun? What are some of your hobbies, your interests?
Being from England, I'm like big into football, soccer, and tennis, and I also play in a band and sing and play guitar in a band as well here, and used to do one in London as well. So.
What type of music do you play?
We do like pop, rock, classics, and we'd quite like to do like mashups of them and stuff as well, so it's kind of cool.
Awesome. What are some of your favorite spots to go out to here in New York City?
I love Barbuto, Ostermill, Chouquette, these kind of places.
Do you have something that would be an ultimate deal breaker for you?
Not wanting kids, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not like massive on smoking and things like that, so I guess they'd be the two.
What would be your ultimate dream first date? You have unlimited fun, sky's the limit, you can do anything you'd like. What would you like to do?
The romantic in me would say, let's go back to Europe. Let's like hit something up in like one of my like old haunts in like London, rooftop bar, Big Ben, something like that. Let's play the British. But maybe in New York, just something a bit more simple, like chilled out, like cocktail bar, view of the city, that kind of thing.
Okay. So, well, if anyone is interested in Mark, send us a message or comment down below, and we'll put you in touch.
My proof that I think the population is going to slowly decline.
And what proof would that be?
Because I am in a room of like 100 men, and not one of them has approached.
Oh, how awful. Men are minding their own business and not bothering random women out in public. Of course, apparently they want to be bothered by random men in public, but I really don't think that they're going to approach now, especially after someone has turned the light on and started making a video in the middle of a public place ranting about how guys aren't approaching.
I just think men this day and age don't want to date.
That's entirely possible. However, it's much more probable that those gentlemen are simply having a good time amongst themselves and enjoying being around each other. Moreover, why exactly would they want to approach some women out there who seem to bring nothing but drama, as we have just seen? Some women are really entirely too full of themselves and seem to think that the world revolves around them.
A lot of women look for the man that chases them because she wants to pick out the man that's most interested in her. The problem with that is that makes you easy to manipulate because all a man has to do is basically love bomb you and you're gonna fall for him real quick. And then he can get whatever he wants out of you and eventually just get rid of you. Just because a man isn't putting in as much effort as maybe some of the other men in your life doesn't mean they like you less. Doesn't mean they don't want a long-term relationship. And doesn't mean you guys aren't compatible. A lot of great men out there will want to respect your boundaries and make sure you feel comfortable at all times. So they may hold back a little bit of that effort until they see you matching it, because not only do they respect themselves, but they respect you as well.
How did you and Jordan go about navigating intimacy preferences given my history?
Okay, well, it was definitely, I would say it was definitely hard, you know?
Yeah,
it was definitely hard. There were moments where like images I've seen would like come back, and like when times we were like intimate, like it would like flood my brain and I like literally couldn't focus. Like I could not shut my mind off.
He's fucking weak. I couldn't be arsed being that weak. I couldn't. I don't get how much of a beta or a lost soul you can be to be with a bird who was a past hoe, carrying all their dirty baggage. That trust. She's ran through and for the streets, and he's the definition of the nice guy. She wants the nice guy to forget all about her past. That's him. Could never be me. Stay walking these streets like big brr.
I'm old and I've lived in multiple cities, and I remember there was a time when you could literally get into the club like just because you were a girl. Promoters would come out onto the street and look for girls, offer them bottles, offer them shots if they came into the club. Years ago, guy at the door, he was telling me, I hate it when girls just come to the club and expect to get in for free. I don't care how pretty you are going to stand in line. I was like, oh my gosh.
The only reason why club promoters were able to get women to come into the clubs and offer them free booze was because that would entice men to come into the clubs to meet women. Men aren't doing that anymore, so now women have to cover their overhead themselves.
Thinking to myself, where did I get the idea that girls go to the club and don't stand in line? Because I have this idea in my head that girls just don't stand in line at the club. It's because now that I've been seeing all this discourse about club culture, it's because there was a time. It's like I forgot about it. It was so long ago, but there was a time when if you were a group of girls, you were definitely getting into the club for free. You were skipping the line because men bring the money and the men want to go where the girls are at, but
Men grew wise to the scam that is the modern nightclub. Why would any man want to pay to walk into an overpriced dance club that is overcrowded, pay for overpriced drinks, and get ignored by women who just want them for free stuff?
not anymore. The men want to go where the men are at, and they just don't need girls to have a good time anymore. Specifically, remember, there was a time you'd be standing in a line outside, and the man at the door would let all of the ladies come in, and the men had to stand in line. That really happened. It's all coming back to me. But now it's gotten so bad on social media. The club, DJs, they will say, oh, we have this going on tonight, but just so you know, you will be standing in line. Okay.
Go for the young one, not the old one. And before you get triggered, hear me out. I'm not saying every younger woman is better, and I'm not saying every older woman is damaged. There are always exceptions to the rule, but there is a reason men often marry and search for younger women, and it's not just about looks. It's about moldability, how you are able to mold something. If you're a good man, a strong leader, a real teacher, you want a woman who's willing to learn, adapt, and grow with you. You want to build together. But what are you going to teach a woman who's already hardened by life, who is stuck in her ways, carries more baggage than luggage, and argues every time you try to lead or guide her? That is not partnership, that is combat. See, a younger woman still has curiosity. She's open, she's impressionable. If she's with the right man, she becomes an advantage because she's being shaped in love, not control. What's easier to mold, clay or a hardened stone? Men are builders by nature. They build careers, empires, and families. So of course they're drawn to women who want to be built with, not women who fight the blueprint that he lays down. It's not about age. It's about your attitude. It's about your openness, softness, and the willingness to evolve.
Men believe that women are secretly competing for their attention. This is a coping mechanism. Male attention is low value and relentless. Before we go out, we talk cues, we talk exits, we plan interruptions. There's a look that women exchange when something feels off. A man could never be privy to this, as he would have to admit that he was an aggressor, that he was unwanted. Even the so-called fridge would want this interaction. It would be unintelligent to assume that she was jealous for intervening on a dangerous situation. This may not be reflected in your Wattpad fantasy, but this is female solidarity.
I saw this video of this man being interviewed by Wendy Williams, and I think it looked a little bit older, and he was basically telling Wendy, like, if daddy says or asks to make me a sandwich, what would your response be? She was like, you can make your own sandwich. So then the man goes back, he goes, okay, well then next time we're out in public and a man disrespects you, I'm just gonna sit back and let you handle it. And she's looking, she's like, but that's like your job. And he was like, so yeah, so if daddy wants a sandwich, make daddy a sandwich. And I have to say, I agree.
Maybe I just have a really generous dad, but I do not seem to struggle with this idea that I feel like I owe men something. If it was a bad date, like I need to pay for my half of the dinner so he doesn't think I owe him anything. Well, you don't owe him anything. He can still pay for dinner. So what if he's like, oh, I thought you were gonna sleep with me? Oh, well, that was unreasonable of him to expect. If I know that I do not owe someone something, I'm not going to try to navigate it so I present as someone who doesn't owe them something. Does that make sense? I'm just confident in the knowledge that there actually just is no obligation on me. So if there's a man who has agreed to pay for me, I'm not going to feel bad when he does. That is a gift he's given me. That's something he's offered to do. I'm not going around being like, money, coins for the pot. That's not what I'm doing. Talking about when you're in a long-term relationship, potentially marriage. If a man really likes you, it does not bother him to pay. He's glad to do it. He wants to do it. That is what I'm talking about. Not talking about sprinkle, sprinkle lady. Not talking about like looking for a richest possible man. I am not endorsing being financially dependent on a man as a stay-at-home wife or stay-at-home girlfriend. Get the hell away from me. Been there, done that, would not do it again or recommend. Women should make their own money. There are men that are glad to pay.
Women hurt men that they're jealous of, okay? Because when she knows that you're a good man, you're a strong man, she also understands that you wouldn't truly like her for who she is, so she's going to try to manipulate you, disrespect you. She knows if you truly got to know her for who she is, you're gonna lose interest and find a better girl. So what she's gonna do is try to break you down, make you feel insecure, make you feel anxious by not texting you specifically or doing all these things, making you spiral in your mind about her because it makes her feel confident. It gives her the validation that she's better than you and you won't go for other options. A woman's biggest fear is you marrying another girl, especially a girl who's hotter than her and better than her. She is jealous of you. She is insecure about you, which explains why she is so adamant about hurting you over and over again. Just leave. One-on-one coaching in bio.
Here are 3 huge challenges that men face when dating online, and I wasn't even aware of this until I started working with them and I did some research. My name is Mish and I'm a certified coach specializing in high-performing men. The first thing, an average-looking man has to swipe over 200 times just to get one coffee date. One. And even if he lands that conversation, it can often land up in ghosting before or after. So men could land up swiping over 1,000 times just to have a real conversation with someone on a coffee date. And guys, let me know if this is true in the comments, or maybe I'm missing something, or maybe I read the wrong research. Let me know. And now imagine what that does to your self-worth, where you keep putting yourself out there again and again and you're just met with silence. Number 2, men are more willing to say yes to an 80% match. You ask a man, would you date a woman who's got about 80% of what you're looking for in a woman? And most men will say, yeah, I'll go for that. But when you ask the same question to women, would you go for a match that's 80% of your perfect man? Most of them say, no, it's not enough. And it's not because they really mean that, I don't think. I think that's just another program that women have been fed. And that leads me on to my third thing. We're constantly telling women, if he doesn't do the one perfect thing, leave. If he doesn't open the door, leave. If he messes up just once, leave. But what I'm asking is, where's the conversation telling men they're worth staying for? Where's the space where it teaches men how to lead from presence, not from perfection? Because that's a lie. And this is exactly what I work on with men. Not to fix you, but to rebuild the things that the dating apps have stripped away, like your confidence, your clarity, or the connection to who you are outside of the app. That's what really matters. And so if this moved something within you, then check out the free healing audio. The link is in my bio. Or send me a DM. I have a few powerful ways of how we can work together. Because you deserve more than ghosting and rejection. You deserve real connection. You know what to do.
Okay, so I'm out to lunch with my girlfriend, and she's telling me about this guy that she started texting because she met him and gave her number out. Anyways, this is the picture that he sent her, okay? I'm blocking out his face for privacy. Okay, cute. Like, you receive a picture like that, like, oh, so cute. You guys want to see the message that he sent her afterwards? Okay, this is the message that he followed up with that picture. The cat was rubbing on my face while I was dreaming of that outfit you were wearing last night. I feel so tricked. Be safe out there.
You want to know something? Women are the absolute cruelest creatures on this planet.
And, you know, things I see that women do, things I know and heard that women do, the paternity issue, how these women lay next to a man for years, looking a kid in the eyes for years, knowing there's no relation, how good men get stomped out, how kids are just used for a check. I've come to the conclusion that I think women are just pure evil. Like, I really think women are just pure evil. Women are naturally evil beings, I believe. And only a woman who's honest about our natural nature of being deceptive can change it. Like, for example, I know that naturally there's a selfish, gimme, I want that type of way about me. So, about people, period, but especially women. So if you can't be honest and say that that's in there, then you can't deal with it and address it. And so I've noticed that the women who say they're the dopest, they're the this, they're the that, are usually the worst, because you have to acknowledge the beast in you in order to tame it. And so I really just think most women are naturally evil, period. I just think they're evil. And not even just how they deal with men and kids makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are so jealous, deceptive, conniving. Like, you can just feel the evil when you are in the presence of certain women. You can walk in a room and you just feel the dagger.
All right, this video is for all those women out there that continuously say, I don't need a man. You may not need a man to financially provide for you, right? Most of the time when a female says, I don't need a man, it's based on finances. Women, we do need men more than you realize. I may not need my father here to be able to financially support me, but I needed my father my entire life to help me understand the value of money, to help teach me how to make money. You know, that is why I needed that man. My mother couldn't teach me that, my father could. I now have my son who motivates me to make money. They are the two most important people in my life, along with my daughter. But if we're going to specifically talk about men, then those two very important people is what makes me an independent woman, but still very much in need of a man.
The reason why women are always saying we don't need men is because we don't need men, and society is constantly telling us that we do. If everyone constantly told you that you can't be self-sufficient, you can't function unless you have a woman, wouldn't you be like, no, that's not true? Women didn't just start screaming from the rooftops one day that we don't need men. We said that in response to the fact that everyone's saying that we need men. This might seem like an insult, but it's actually a simple fact. And it's really great, because it means that if a woman's hanging out with you, it's not because she needs you, it's because she likes you. We don't need men, so if she's with you, it's because she wants you. You're wanted. How horrible. I've also never heard any woman say that any is grape. If someone called you grape, you might want to look into that, bro. I love a lot of women love. My husband and I have had a lot, and he's very obviously never graped me. In fact, if you think this is a take that women have, you should maybe be on a list. It's like really simple. With consent, not grape. And remember, consent isn't her saying some password, it's her wanting to do it on her own volition. It's remarkably simple.
When a woman has her period, it means it stops for the next week. I mean, she shouldn't have to perform if she's literally bleeding, right? I disagree. That week needs to be known as blowjob week. This is the 1 week every month she gets to work on her technique and show her man just how much she respects him. And respect has a domino effect. It's surprising how easy it can be to live with a man who gets his knob polished every now and then. This isn't something she's obligated to do or should be demanded to do. This is a gift she gets to give. And not only will you sleep well, she'll sleep well knowing she's hitting that white right out of the park.
When I hear most women say they want a provider, it just sounds like you just want a nigga to pay your bills.
Well, that's just being a user.
Okay.
I feel like every woman should still have her own.
Okay.
Like you should still have like your own, whether you're an entrepreneur, like show them that you have your own brand. That don't necessarily mean like a brand with, you know, makeup or clothing, but have your own thing going for yourself. Don't be, you know, just thinking you're gonna be laying in a hammock being fed grapes.
Okay.
You know, bring something to the table in the sense of you being the table, the woman is the table, but you should still bring something in the equation so he can feel like you're not just there to use him. Like I don't rock with that.
With me, whatever y'all want to say about this. Yeah, that shit happened. I'm gonna put this on the floor. I'm a real. You feel me? It's already out there. You can't deny it. You can't hide from it. I did that when in the midst when I had a bad back, had 2 slip discs. You feel me? Couldn't work. Son was disabled, in the hospital for cerebral palsy, feeding tubes, all type of shit. I did what I did out of survival mode because his mama wasn't doing. They had to get my son a house and a roof over his head to make sure my son was good before anything. So if anybody feel any type of way about it, then it is what it is. I can go take a lie detector test.
I would have had to see my son next lifetime, son. That nigga would have been out of here, bro. There's no way I would have did no because my son's sick or I had a slip disc. Ain't no excuse for that, son. Pack you all the way up. I don't even know how you sitting there trying to explain yourself, trying to talk the out of you, son. Son, ain't no backseas on for pay, son. You can't unsuck that, son. Nah, bro. There's so many ways out here to get money. You can hit the block. You can rob somebody. You could get a job, day labor, anything, son. But taking a meat or something with a meat, no. All it takes is one, son. You don't need several. No amount of money in the world, no situation going on in my life could make me do something with a man, son. You do something with a man, you're a bati man, son. Period, point blank, son. It is what it is, son. Pack you all the way up, son.
You know, a lot of these modern women don't really understand that it seems like in the dating market or, you know, the way it's going, because you're asking, where are the good men at? How come I can't find a good man? Well, it seems like for a lot of these good men, they're stable. They're the stable men. These men are involved in their community, but you want excitement. You want somebody that is going to shock your system. You want somebody that's going to make you feel alive and send you to the moon for a night. Problem is, with that good man, he's going to take you to the moon. It might take a little bit longer to get there. You might not go straight up and come back down. See, what y'all like to do is get on these rides. Hey, make it quick for me. All the way up, all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. And y'all keep on chasing that high. Oh, God, this is too fast. Modern women are modern day drug dealers. Drug dealers of dating. Well, you know, you have a lot of drug dealers who have talked about, man, I'm getting that fast money. I'm trying to work a stable job, but, you know, it's just not, the money ain't fast enough. And they go back out there and they start selling it again. Modern women are that same way. Oh, I can't do nothing but a good man, a stable man. I got to go out there and get that fast attention. I got to go out there and get that fast validation. I need somebody to give me right now. Chad and Tyrone give you exactly what you're looking for, but then you still sitting by yourself at Thanksgiving and Christmas. So what did you really gain?